now you can see some of the pixels. Okay, let's enable it again. And we'll wait for the next one. Good, Jack. That's fantastic. The conditions are not favorable tonight. We're one below average transparency. When I did imaging, we were one above. Humidity last time was 60%. We're up in the 80s right now. It's a lot of humid in the air. I got the dew heater on. So I had much better conditions last time. Okay, there's the dark frame. What's your verdict? Dark field correction helps? I think it makes a big difference. Cleans it up a lot. Yeah. And that wasn't hard for me to do. I just captured the 10. And Jack, I did what Rock said. I raised the white point to 125 when I did the darks. And all I do is I just connect, I check the enable. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, just here, we'll see it without it again. Because everybody was saying on cloudy nights and everything, oh, we didn't get to see the images without dark frame correction and all that. So now that you can see it live. Yeah, dark field. Sorry, dark field correction. Oh, you're welcome, Pat. I wasn't going to, but I figured, hey, why not? We're going to get rain the rest of the week, starting tomorrow again. So skies don't look too great. They're going to cloud up again. But we do what we do. Okay. Look how many pixels are there. Do you see them all? Okay. We're going to put a check mark again. This is without the dark field correction. Now we are good. The next refresh will be with the dark field applied. There we go. I think it's pretty darn good. No stacking. Nope. No stacking. Now, if I wanted to, Al, I can easily do with what Dr. Dave does, and you know, I can use Astro Toaster and stack them if I want. Yeah, I can easily do that, but I'm not going to do that tonight. There's no cooling fan, nothing like that, Dave. Yeah, you don't need it. I'm going to give this a little bit more exposure. Let's see what happens. Let's go up to 25. I'll lower this a bit. I don't like it as high as this. We'll take it to about 200. 200. Single USB, yep. There we go. I got the gain at 4.5, Jack. It's pretty high. I can't believe how smooth it is. Yeah, 4.5. I don't know if you could see it right here. So we're pretty high on the gain. And could you imagine using, yeah, over 80%. Could you imagine using your Extreme or Exterminator at 85%, or yeah, 90%? It would never be as clean as this. 5 is the max. You want to see 5? Let's do 5. There we go. We're on maximum gain. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got to wait for the next one. You see the histogram is split. That's interlaced. So we'll wait for the next one. No, it's on. It's on, Mark. Dark field is on. I'm pretty impressed seeing those galaxies, though, and that. We'll lower the gain. We'll try different gain settings. How's that sound? Those are stars. Okay, so we should see a change here because we upped the gain. 25 seconds exposure. Okay, that's full gain. That's not bad. Here, let me show you the full size. There you go. That's full gain. Now I'm going to lower the, let me just lower the dark a bit. Okay, just lowered the dark a bit. Yeah, you got to really watch the histogram, Jack. Thank you, Curtis. We're right now at 25 seconds, Al. Okay, all I did right now is I raised the black point. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's the black point raised. How's that look, guys, at full gain? 100% maximum gain. Yeah, it's not bad for full gain. We could, Al, but it's not really going to bias anything because, look, I'll show you. I'll leave this open. You see the histogram here? We're pretty well almost midpoint. Raising the exposure is only going to bring it over. We're only going to pick up back sky, but we could try it. Let's try it. 45 seconds. It probably will blow out. What I could do is adjust my contrast and brightness too. I'm not using max on this yet. We're at -50 and 1.5 on the gamma. I got to play with them. So the only settings that you really got to do, yeah, I could do that. Let's go down to 3. I was going to practice that after, try that after. But let's try now. So we're at 3, and we up to 45. Sure, that sounds okay. The only things that you have to play with is with the black and white is your contrast, your gamma, and your histogram. Nothing gets any easier than that. So watch the histogram. I probably will have to adjust this. I'm going to have to, let's see, if we raised it, this will be off here. So I'll put it, no, I'll leave it there for now, and then we'll go to default. Not bad at all. I know, Pat. It looks large for this. But I noticed Mark on Cloudy Nights, he said he fed my image through Astronomy Net, which is cool. And he got 3.8, f3.8. I'm putting it as f3.6, so I'm not really sure. If any of you guys want to capture one of these images and run it through, feel free to go ahead and do that. Astronomy.net, yeah. That way we can get a good idea. I might be losing that. Let me see, Pat. They might be going too far over for me now. Yeah, they're too far gone, unfortunately. They're drifting too far past. Darn. The only one really is possible, but it's getting out of our range, is 101. We could try 101, but that's the only one I can really get. That's the closest to the meridian. Yeah, I can't go to the west. My cables aren't set up for the west. I can go about 2 hours past the meridian, an hour and a half roughly, but that's about it. 101's the only one. Oh, you're welcome. We could give 101 a try. So I'm impressed with this. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I didn't have to fiddle around with anything. Actually, let me lower this one again. Back to 255. Let's see what happened. Yeah. I wasn't even paying attention, Jack. It's so hard to tell, I tell you. I missed my timer, though. That's the only thing. We'll know now because I raised the white point. Yeah, we did. We talked about it. So that might be worked on. That's a possibility. We talked about a few things. So it's young in its infancy. There's much more things coming down the road. Just give it time. Yep, exactly. You can see the diffraction spikes here on this star. I was surprised, though, Jack, we were able to get this in such short exposure time. Thanks, Bob. Again, I'll take off after the next refresh, the dark field correction. I don't want to play with this too much because if I accidentally hit this capture button, oh boy, it might start capturing dark fields again. I don't want to do that. Let me see the sky. I don't know if the Sky 6 has it, Jack. Let me see. Oh, that's this one here, I think. Was that the PGC 1635650, magnitude 17.3? If so, let's see if I can figure out where it is. It's going to be a tough one to figure out. There's, let's see, there's the two galaxies right here. Okay, there's the galaxy there, and there's the other one. It's got to be somewhere around here, I think. Let's see. Could be right there where the top head is. That's it there, I believe, right there. It's just so hard to figure this out. Okay, there's the two stars there. These two stars are actually pointed downward on the sky program. So it'd be, it's very hard to figure out. I barely see it right there because it's a spiral galaxy-shaped galaxy. Right there. I don't know if you guys can make it out in your with the resolution, but there's just barely one right there at 12 o'clock, top of the arrow. That is it. Yep, that's it. It's not easy to see it. Okay, I'll put it back on again. Right there. Just above the 12 o'clock arrow. I'm actually touching it right now. It's shaped like this. It's a long, thin one. Right there. That's it. That's magnitude 17.3. It's only 0.7 by 0.2. Here, let me show you on the sky program. Here it is here. Can you see that? Here's our galaxies. Now those two stars here are tipping more, but this is it here. And here's the information. That's it right there. So we'll go back and you can see what shape it's like. There's a lot of little stars in here. You see all those tiny stars? So we're not really seeing any pixels or anything. Those are actually tiny little stars. So we'll go back to here. And that's where I said right there. There it is there. That's it. Right there. I can see it on my monitor. That's what I'm not too sure if Webcam Max is degrading the resolution. Let me raise the white point. Just we'll go crazy on it. And let's see. It's going to make it noisy, but let me see. I'm curious if... Okay, let me go up to 150. Okay, keep your eye right there.
Completed.
It's right there. I don't know if I can do that with this one. I haven't used this software too much, Al. Let me see. Bit sampling. We can flip the image. Color grayscale. Frame rate. I don't know what ROI is. Apply and default. I'm not going to touch that. That kind of made it noisier. Okay, let's look around, see if we can see anything. Made it noisier. Yeah, that's the problem. It's too noisy. Okay, let me just pull up the Sky program. Okay, I can figure out where it is here. Just give me a second. Okay, I see this arc. I think. Let's see. There's the two stars. There's the other two stars. It would have to be in this area. It could be that one right there. That's right where 12 o'clock, that's right where the software is showing it. It's just too hard to tell. I'm making it too noisy. Where do you see it, Bob? That one right there? Up from where I'm pointing? More? Okay. There? Hard to tell. Actually, that first one I was pointing out, remember earlier? Check that out. I think that's it. That's where I was pointing before, the first time. Right there. Right there, that little smudge there. That's it. Right there. That's where I was pointing. We got it. That's it. That's in the same place as the sky has it. All right. Now, let's see if I can get to 101. We're pretty far past the meridian. I'll show you how, Pat. I think we're pretty well in trouble here. Here's the meridian. I think that might be 101. Let's try it and see if we can go to it. Let me see if that's 101. Yep, that's 101. Let me go to a star near it so I can... Okay, it's not doing a flip, so that's good. Keep my eye on the distance of the camera. Okay, we still got a fair amount of room there. But definitely, definitely M51's out of the question. Okay, let me adjust the exposure time. Oh, I forgot to turn off the guider. That's why it's moving. Okay, guider's off. Okay, so let's see, which way is it again? I'll learn these motion. Close enough. All right. Okay, let's go to 101. Remember, this is my first time on NSN and only my second time really using this camera software, so be patient with me. All right, let me get this guider going. Later, I want to change the filters and go to the Eagle and that. But before we do that, we can try a few other things with this filter on. Okay, guider's underway. And I'll put the gain. Let's leave the gain at 3 for now. Yeah, I really like it. It's a great camera. All right. So, yeah, let's try a minute. Okay, a minute underway. Let me move this over so I can read. This camera's gonna, yep, seems to work well, Chris. Don't seem to need HA. Yeah, that's true. But I'd like to try HA, though, on some of the emission nebulas. I want to try on the Crescent again, really push it. Well, I put the gain down to 3, so we'll see. Speaking of that, let me just put the histogram on default. Close that up. Let's put that on default. For now, we got to start on default. I'll leave this. I'll close that up so I don't mess that up. It's got nice resolution, Dave. Very nice. Yeah, I'd like to, you know what, a good double, tight double, I don't know. I got to find, Alberio's not that tight. It's fairly wide double. Oh, yeah. No, it's got more resolution. Of the 828 and 829 are different now. If it's a PAL or an NTSC, this is a PAL version. It's got a little bit more resolution. But it's the same sensor as in the Exterminator. The one Dave has, it's the same sensor. He's got the PAL 829. The 828's an NTSC, and the 829's a PAL, so it's the same pretty well. The pixels are more square with the 829. Yeah, same resolution as 418, 429. They're all the same. Oh boy, that really blew it out. Oh man, sorry guys. I'm gonna drop the exposure. Let's take that to 0, and let's give it 45. You could type this in; it's a lot faster. No, look at the peak. Look at this. Look where the peak is, Mark. Way over to the right. You don't want that beyond halfway. You want it around here, falling in around this range. It's way too far over. We're just picking up too much back sky. I could darken it by raising the black, but still too much exposure. We don't need to go that long if it's not necessary. let's get it all adjusted, and then we'll turn off the dark field correction. Thanks, Al. Oh, let me get rid of this stupid thing. There we go. But I'm telling you guys, I can see a difference in the resolution on the screen between my monitor, where I actually have the software, and the NSN monitor. It definitely shows. Okay, so let's raise this a little bit. I'm going to go about, well, we'll go about 225, and let's stay not too close. That's all you have to do. Let's give it time. Next refresh. Then Mark, I'll uncheck the dark field. Pat, we're lucky. We're just able to get M101. M51's more west. It's going to be way out of my range. Oh, anytime, you're welcome. So for those on as unguided, 2 separate exposures for the fields could be that I was thinking about, Warren. We gotta talk to Rock. That's a good question to ask Rock. Yeah, very smart. I was thinking that. Because any movement will show flaws, I'm sure. So I would talk to Rock about that, Warren. Maybe post that question on Jack. Would you have any comment on that? I don't know if is Jack still here, or did he leave? Maybe. Oh, okay, Jack, you're still here. I didn't see your name there. Okay. There we go. Now, I'd like to try this. Let's see. It looks good. I'd like to try this lower at about 240. And let's move this down right to about 120. There we go. Let's see. Thanks, Warren. Jack. That'd be a good question to Warren to ask Rock. I don't think it would affect Warren. You're probably going to get the typical trailing of stars, egg-shaped stars, etc. if you're not tracking well, but I don't know if you get the lines. I guess it depends on how much you move the mount, maybe. I'm telling you, this is the best I've seen M101 with a camera that is sensitive like this. And tonight is not as good as the night I was out Saturday. There we go. So I went possibly a little bit. Okay, Mark. Let's see. I don't like it that dark. It's not bad. I'm going to go to about 115. Okay, now I'm going to take off the dark field. Okay, let's see what it looks like without the dark field. You guys want full size on this? Okay. Let me get it. Notice I haven't played yet with the contrast and gamma. There you go. That's full size. 45 seconds exposure. Okay, dark field is disabled on the next one, so we'll see a difference. Should be coming up soon. Thanks, guys. Nice stars, though. They look good. There you go. You can definitely see all the pixels. I'll leave that on for a few seconds. And then I'm going to engage it again. Okay, let me engage it. Nice thing is it doesn't show, in a way it's good, it won't show right away. We'll just wait so we have time. Okay, you can see all the pixels here. Quite a few of them. So let's wait until we see. Yes, it will remove amp glow, possibly right here, Mark. You see that? Yep. So we'll let it kick in. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I agree, Jack. It looks very nice without the dark field subtraction, but I do like the dark field subtraction. If you want that CCD quality look, I would use it. Yeah. Yep. Jack, Rock, and myself talked about that, Bob, and a few other things. Those will be coming, hopefully. We have to see what the programmers say. Okay, there it is. What do you think, guys? I think it's nice. I think it's really good. Yep. Let me see. I haven't fiddled around with this too much, but let me go with the contrast. Let's see if I put this up to 60. Now you could use your arrows on your key. Gamma, I'll put it at 155. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, very fast, Mark, very fast. And we're at gain is 3. What percentage is 3? 3 out of 5, that would be times it by 20. 60, is that 60% or, yeah, okay. Thanks, Jack. So that's like using AGC 5, I guess, on an extreme exterminator. Yep. Whoa. Look at, now you can see the line because that's a moving object. Interlace. Wow. Now I don't know if that threw off my histogram though. So let me, let's go down with the histogram a little. Yeah, I could do that. I got to read the manual of how to use the software too, because I haven't really used it too much. All I do for capturing the image, all I did last time was I captured single images. I just went to File, Save As. I got to figure out. Yeah, it's 175 pages. Thanks, Jack. It will keep me busy. But don't be scared, guys. It's not hard to learn the software. Yeah, 175 pages. I think with this one on, we're going to go next to, we could try the ring or we can go to the dumbbell. Let's see. There we go. I think that M101 looks pretty darn good. For 45 seconds. You know what? Do you want to lower, should we lower the gain and go up to a minute? Maybe lower the gain a little bit. Thanks, Andy, Bob. Okay, Jack. Nice thing about this, guys, is there's no 3-minute countdown. I don't mind the 3-minute. We change the gain, we don't have to wait. All right, I'm gonna lower the gain to I'll say 2.5. 2.5, and let's put the exposure up to 1 minute. All right, let's see what happens. Well, probably, Al, the more you lower the gain and you increase exposure, you're going to get a cleaner image, definitely. But still, I don't find this too noisy at 60% gain. The dark field helps tremendously, definitely helps a lot. Thanks, Bob. You can see the dust lanes, the striations in the galaxy, the arm, the big arm. Curling, this is big. It's too big for my setup. Okay, because I moved it, we got to wait for the next one. I don't know if you adjust your gain, if that creates that. So you got to wait for the next refresh. Now watch here. Here's how you can tell. I'm going to show you this, that it's interlace. You'll see the 2 frames. You see them here? There and there. Watch with the next refresh. This will go away. This will join. Okay. And yeah, that's how you could tell that it's interlaced. You got 2 separate frames, odd and even. This will merge on the next refresh. You can still make out the galaxy and everything, but you can see the lines a little bit in here. Exactly. That's the problem. NSN, I can only do the 640 by 480. The size of the sensor is reading out at, it's not a heck of a lot bigger, but it's 748 by 578. So we're chopping off quite a bit. If I do the drop down, no, it's not showing up in there. Okay, let me show you the top part. I'd have to move it. Right there, can you see that? Live, 748 by 578. Okay, let me move this down now. Okay. All right, let me go to my histogram. Okay, too much exposure still. Good, Jack. Thank you very much. I think we need it. That would help a lot. I think that's a necessity. That will help a lot. Because I really, especially if I'm going to save multiple images, I got to know when's the next one coming up. It's very hard to determine. You guys can't even hardly see it move. I just raised the dark a little bit, so we got to wait for the next one. No, the brightness does not work. Only on the color, see? If I grab it, it doesn't work. Only the contrast and gamma. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad at all. At least I can tell you guys when the next refresh is coming up. Yeah, there they are, clearly there. Some there. Very nice. I say we're doing pretty good. No, it's supposed to be pretty similar, Al. Not bad there. I'm going to lower that one. We're way over to the west now. I got to keep my eye on this camera. Okay, we're about 3 inches away from my tripod leg, so I'm okay. Yep. I would say, well, we have a pretty good idea between the color exterminator and the black and white exterminator, and they're probably pretty close. There's an advantage of the black and white when you do an HA because you're using all the pixels, so the resolution's going to be greater. But as far as sensitivity, there is a slight, probably a very slight loss, Al, to be honest with you, because of the CMYG filter over the pixels, but they allow more light than the RGB. 30, I think, might be a little bit high, but I think maybe 15, I would say, would be pretty well accurate, about 15% less sensitive. I don't know about 30. 30 seems a little bit high. But as Jack says, we'll know more when we get them in our hands and we can test them out. Yeah, okay, I'll do that, Pat. I'll do that. I want to show you guys one more. Let's uncheck it. Okay, dark field. We're going to wait for the next final refresh and then we'll move on. Al, your guess is as good as mine. I'm guessing too. All I can say is I think we're going to be super impressed with the color. Let me ask you, are you impressed with the color exterminator in Extreme? You like it? Because if you do, I can pretty well say you're going to like the SkyRaider, because I like the SkyRaider black and white more, the looks more, than the Exterminator Extreme, to be honest with you. So if, the way I see the color is pretty darn nice in the Extreme and the Exterminator. I'm guesstimating that the color will be phenomenal in the SkyRaider. Now, I might be wrong, but I have that feeling it's going to be really nice. Yeah, you could, but I don't want to get into too much CCD images, Al. That's more like CCD imaging, which I've done so much in the past. So getting the filters and all that's too much work. I'd rather use a colored camera. It'd be a lot easier. Okay, so there you go there. That's without the dark frame. Let's, dark field. I'm so used to saying dark frame, but Rock told me specifically they are not the same. Dark field is not the same as a dark frame. Jack, I'm using the 7.5, 2-inch 0.75 reducer in the longer portion of the MFR5. Rock's going to send me, or I'll pick up at Astrocats, I told him, the new MFR5.2, and he told me to use that with some spacers, and I might get some nice results. No spacer on. No, there's no spacer at all. Actually, if you guys noticed, I took my camera out tonight and rotated it 180 degrees, and the stars are better tonight than in my images. Look at the dust bunnies. Okay, that's with it on. Flat field correction is on. So I think it definitely flattens the field. That's why it's a dark field correction. It basically is like Gradient Exterminator. I don't know if you guys ever use Gradient Exterminator in Photoshop. to remove the gradient and make the background flatter, but it is actually removing the gradient, quote unquote, amp glow, possible some amp glow there, some sky glow. It is making the background flatter, cleaner looking. It is removing some dark current noise pretty good, and it is definitely removing 80–90% of the pixels. So I'm pretty impressed with this feature. I think it's working better than a cooler. I've had my cooler before on full, and I can't get rid of all the pixels. I sure can't get rid of amp glow with the cooler. Anyways, let's move on, guys. What do you guys suggest? You want to go to M13, a glob first, the ring? We can go to the crescent, but I want to use the HA for the crescent, I think. We can go to the dumbbell. Jack, Andy, anybody? 57? Okay. We try 57 first, and then we can move our way down. Okay, Dave, we'll do that. Let's go to 13. It's the closest to the meridian, and work our way down. We'll go 13, 57, 27, and then I'll change to the HA filter. All on the east. Got to be on the east, Jack. Please, on the east. To give you an idea, M13 is about an hour east of the meridian. I wonder if I should focus this. I don't think so. I think it's okay. Okay, let me just turn off the auto guider. There's not a hell of a lot on the east side near the meridian. A lot of it's gone.